So before we get to breaking down the pay-per-view, I just wanted to offer a congratulatory note to Konosuke uh, Takeshita for officially signing with AEW, which was announced by Tony Khan last night. That Takeshita is not only back with AEW, but it's not as an excursion; it is an official contracted employee. Earlier this year, Takeshita was with AEW and impressed critics all around the world with with his work ethic and his ability in AEW. So it is a big get for AEW to have Takeshita back. As far as AEW Full Gear last night, the fact of the matter is there were some surprises, but also there were some expected results. And the fact of the matter is, the pre-show netted those expected results. To nitpick for a second, though, Cole Carter showed up on the night that Jeff Jarrett debuted with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, insinuating that Cole Carter would be with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and Sanjay and Satnam Singh, but he appeared in a 10-man tag team match alongside the Factory. So, what was the point to number one have him reveal himself that night if most people are not going to know who the hell he is? To only have him not appear with those guys anymore soon after, like what was the point of having it appear with them in the first place if he was not going to continue associating with them after the fact? That's a part that I don't understand. I know it's nitpicking, but still. But it is official that the World Title Eliminator Tournament on Dynamite will consist of Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. The winner will challenge. The winner will challenge the new world. The winner will challenge the world's champion at Winter is Coming on December 14th. I know I kind of insinuated it, but I'm not going to talk about it today to allow people to have the opportunity to see it for themselves if they so choose. But that is one of the matches from Full Gear that I would like to see. The other match, it's making me want to watch the highlight package of the pay-per-view. The other match is, of course, Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy in the cage, because it seems like that match really reignited the feud between him and Christian Cage. And now the question is, where is Christian's arm as far as his recovery? Or where is Christian as far as his recovery to continue the feud? Because I could see something happening at Winter is Coming between these two in a few weeks. As I don't really see, unless something changes, I don't really see anything happening between these two to continue the feud to Revolution next year. Maybe New Year's Smash, the first special event of 2023. But as far as going much past Winter is Coming, unless something changes, I don't see that taking place. But there was also a part of the match where he dove off the cage in a tribute to his dad. So I would love to see that because, that's what a majority, the amount of this feud that has been shrouded within the ranks of Jungle Boy's family. It's a good way to get you sympathetic and behind somebody that will be the future of AEW if the company plays their cards right, in my opinion. As far as the other side of the coin, Swerve in Our Glory is no more, and it seems like we will be seeing a feud develop between Swerve and Keith Lee. Swerve has shown a new aggressive side that I actually, for one, like and have been enjoying, but he's bordering on psychotic in my opinion, which works to a point. I think that feud should be consistently placed on Rampage to give those people who enjoy that talent the opportunity to watch them be spotlighted on a show that they may not be spotlighted on if they were on Dynamite. Not to say that they should be exclusively on Rampage, but I think the feud should be more so consistently placed on Dynamite, sort of like I said with title matches from Orange Cassidy. That Orange Cassidy could become not just the All Atlantic champion, but the guy who's normally placed, who you can typically see on AEW Rampage on a weekly basis. One surprise from the night is Jamie Hayter actually did become AEW Interim Women's Champion. If there is anything I could say about that match, it is that I think it's getting to the point where AEW needs to work on getting Thunder Rosa back and figuring out when they can allow Jamie Hayter to become the official AEW World Women's Champion or Thunder Rosa and drop the interim title, because the fact of the matter is the interim title AEW needs to take a break from the interim championship title, because for the most part, for the better part of the last year, you have had people with that title, from Jon Moxley with the world title, with Mox with the world title, and then Tony Storm with the women's title. It's just been a constant presence in AEW, and they need to get away from it, to be honest. Speaking of the trios title, I am very happy that we saw the trios title, the result that we did. It is not because I'm not a fan of the Bucks and Kenny. I am, to a point, a fan of the Bucks and Kenny. It's just the fact that I didn't think that it would be smart booking to have the Bucks and Kenny come back and immediately regain their championship belts. I think the better story is to have them work to get the belts back, as opposed to getting the belts back instantaneously, because what's the point in that? And it makes the Death Triangle look like chumps, losing the belts to the guys that have been gone since September. So even if you want to have it happen at Winter is Coming in December, on December the 14th, which is the next special event for AEW, and when the World Championship will be on the line, and I'm sure other titles will be on the line, as it will be a special. But I think to say that the Bucks versus the Elite winning the belts back was something that people wanted to see, it is something people want to see, but not right away. Just let them work for it. Let them earn the titles back. Let them regain the championships and work to tell that story of regaining the titles again, and basically let the fans get used to seeing them again before you give them championship belts. Before you give them title belts back, let the fans get used to seeing them again. Because realistically, the fans have not seen them, especially Kenny. The fans have not seen Kenny for the better part of a year, almost two. So let the fans get used to seeing him again before you give them title belts, in my opinion. As I mentioned earlier, the lack of Cole Carter associating, it just felt like the Jeff Jarrett thing was a way to get Sting and Jay and Darby on the show, and it wasn't necessary. It could have been done better. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett should have been in the match. Jay Lethal could have had any other partner other than Jeff Jarrett. I understand the reason why they went with Jeff Jarrett, to be honest with you, because of the association that he had with Jay Lethal from the match that they had earlier in the year at Ric Flair's last match. But in the same token, Jeff Jarrett on a nationally televised, I applaud Jeff for being able to do what he did this year, working for AEW, working for WWE, working the Ric Flair's last match. He's kept himself in the public perception. And the fact of the matter is, Jeff Jarrett is a asset to AEW backstage, but I don't know that Jeff Jarrett and Sting in the same match is necessary. I think what would be for the best for Darby Allin would be to sit back and organically find something maybe next year. Just take a month off, take the month of December off, maybe, take the month of December off and then come back in January reinvigorated and give the fans a break from Darby Allin and Sting for a little bit because they don't need to win every time that they go out to the show. What I'm expecting from AEW in 2023, number one, is the Elite becoming AEW Trios champions. The one part, Chris Jericho not holding the Ring of Honor World title anymore because Chris Jericho did retain the title, and there is part of me that thinks Jericho will keep the belt and will drop the title at Final Battle because it's better for him to defend the title and lose the title at a Ring of Honor event, not just on AEW, because he won the title on Dynamite and he's only defended the title at AEW events. Final Battle would be his first defense at a Ring of Honor show, so that would be the perfect time for him to lose the title if they so choose, especially if they can have the announcement of a TV deal. Better booking for the Blackpool Combat Club because I feel like they could use a little bit of a push outside of Mox. Wheeler Yuta continuing to rise up, and the dream match, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. I would love to see it. I don't want to see it at Winter is Coming. I want to see it at Revolution next year, or at least at New Year's Smash next year. I don't want to see it at Winter is Coming. I want to see it next year. That's what I want to see. I want to see it at Winter is Coming. What I would love to see is Samoa Joe say, as a heel, I'm a Ring of Honor employee. I may be the TNT champion, but I need to focus on defending my title on December 10th at Final Battle and not here in AEW. So I'm going to be gone for a couple weeks. And then you let Wardlow show up at Final Battle, costing Joe the Ring of Honor television title, which forces him to come back to AEW and defend the TNT title. But I would love to see something like that and maybe even go to New Year's Smash with something between those two to have Wardlow get the win back and defeat the future defeat the current. And, that excites me a lot more than Sting and Darby versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. I think both guys deserve some time away. Like, everybody in that picture deserves some time away. But overall, the pay-per-view was a little bit bloated. The pay-per-view was fine. It was a good pay-per-view. There was good parts, there was bad parts, and there was stuff that was just there, and I'm glad that it's over. But it was a good way for AEW to end. It was a good last pay-per-view for 2022. But these have been my thoughts on Full Gear. Let me know your thoughts down below. And I'm excited for the week ahead for AEW as we continue to move towards Winter is Coming and the end of 2022. So let me know down below your thoughts on Full Gear and what you expect from AEW for the rest of 2022. You can also leave a like and subscribe to the channel because any and all interaction do help. And I just want to say one more time, thank you for 270 subs on YouTube. I remember over the summer, the latter part of the summer, when I was pushing towards 250. So the fact that we have gained this much in that short period of time, it's surreal, and I appreciate it so very much. Thank you for the support over the last few months. I really very much appreciate it, and I will keep pushing as a way to show my gratitude as we head on the road to 300 subs. Let's get there. Before you go though, let me not forget to mention, ding dong that bell to always know when a new video is on the channel. The notification bell is right next to the subscription box, and it is the only way that YouTube will send you notifications when I post a new video. Till next time, see you again soon.